All right. Well, I am Cindy Benson, founder of the Grace and Strength Lifestyle, and I am here tonight, or today, wherever you're watching, to bring to you Miss Mary Overson. She is our newest graduate from Grace and Strength Lifestyle. Congratulations, Mary. You have done it.
Thanks, Cindy.
Actually, a while ago. It's been
a while ago. Yeah. But I've maintained it, so that's the good part.
You have. It's been kind of, I don't know, a month-ish? Kind of, sort of?
Yeah.
Maybe
I think
more?
it was, yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Mid-June?
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, absolutely. Doing so good. And not just maintaining, but now you've even stepped it up into Orange Theory.
Orange Theory.
Theory? Okay,
Yes,
I'm
Orange
Canadian.
Theory.
I'm sorry, I can't say it right. Theory? Theory. Yes, and now you've got me all like looking it up and seeing where the nearest one is.
Oh, that's awesome.
Goodness gracious, I know. So for you watching, I don't think Mary, maybe she will post her before and after picture under this. I don't know, but it's pretty impressive. I was
not if boys look at it. I don't want men to look at it. I'm modest.
They're not. They're all women on this. I promise.
Okay.
You. No men's team anymore. They are not the men. So we're all. Mary, tell us, why did you choose the Grace and Strength over any other program out there? What was your deciding factor?
What spoke to me was I was in a low point. I had lost a lot of weight and I had done really well for many years. And then I just got in a funk and the weight started coming back on. My mind just wasn't where it needed to be. I don't want to say I was depressed, but I was just blah. I didn't have any drive. I didn't really have a care. I went through my day doing what I needed to do, but the last thing I wanted to think about was food or preparing anything. I just wanted to grab something quick. Exercise, that wasn't anywhere in my plan at all. And I was looking for a cleanse because I thought, okay, if I do a cleanse, that'll get me back on track. You know, I'll do X many days. That will start me thinking again like I should. Right. Anyway, then I saw Grace and Strength, and I was reading about it. And back up a few years ago, I had given up chocolate. And the reason I gave up chocolate was because that year for my birthday, my daughter, who was in high school at the time, all of her friends gave me chocolate for my birthday. And I thought, that's what they associate with me with? I don't know if I really like that. I think I need to do something about this. Right. So I told my husband I was going to give up chocolate. I was going to give up sugar. And he said, you can't do that. And I said, yes, I can. Well, that was number one. Then I knew I could because he said I couldn't. Right. He said, you're going to be grumpy. I said, I don't have to be. If I say, God, I can't do this. You need to do this for me, through me. And when it happens, everybody's going to know that it was you because I don't have the power to do it. Mm-hmm. And when I saw that Grace and Strength was faith-based and relied on God giving us the strength and getting us through, I thought that's exactly what I need. So I talked to you. It was a wonderful conversation. And from there, it went forward to the point where then I realized that what I really needed, it wasn't a cleanse, a body cleanse. It was a soul cleanse because I had been falling back on my daily devotions, and spiritually I wasn't where I wanted to be. We were still active in church and still volunteering and all of that, but my heart wasn't where it needed to be.
I love that. A soul cleanse. Hey, we need to brand that one. But that, isn't it so true though? I mean, God just comes to just take what is not supposed to be in here. Mm-hmm. You know, what we're not supposed to be thinking on, what we're not supposed to be, goodness, the word I'm looking for, just caring, and he just takes it for us. And as he does. And as we get free in that, it's amazing the other areas that will just take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. Mary, how has your life changed? What is life like now? What has changed?
This is real.
I love you.
I just, it's like I have myself back. I have been exercising now, like we had discussed with Orange Theory. First of all, the biggest change was I made myself get up early every morning to just have my time with the Lord. And I didn't always follow the plan that we had been given every week. I kind of would start there with whatever scripture, but then I would find something that always led me to something else. And I didn't just make myself stay. I just went. And that brought me back to God. That put my heart back where it needed to be. And realizing that the joy that I was looking for, it was right there. It wasn't in anything else that I was trying to find it in. Family, church functions, food. It wasn't in any of that. It was my connection with God. That's where I needed it to be. I mean, that's where I needed to find it. So once that happened, then I was freed, I guess. And going back to exercise, that's just so good for my mind and my energy, which I didn't really have much of that either. But the joy.
Love that. The joy of the Lord is our strength.
He is every day. Oh, and a little side note, when I was on the treadmill at Orange Theory, they have us doing different intervals. And so at a 12% incline, walking 4.5 miles an hour, maybe for 30 seconds, 90 seconds, not that long, but it's a long time for an Iowa girl. We don't have hills, let alone mountains. That was like a mountain. And I'm walking on that, and I look up on the mirror, and it says Spirit right there in front of me. I'm like, I can do this because I have his Spirit inside of me.
Amen.
So it's just always, there's always a reminder for me.
Amen. Love that. Love that. How has your journey through grace and strength and pain impacted the others around you?
Well, I could just go on forever. I'll just pick my two daughters because women seem to have the biggest challenge with weight loss and with weight in their bodies. My oldest daughter, she was raised by a fat, unhealthy mom. I had no care about food, and that's how I raised her. And so she grew up with the carb addiction and she's had a weight problem forever. And now she's actually making changes and seeing the weight loss. My youngest daughter, I was healthier when I was raising her, but she had a baby, and she's always had the perfect figure. Mm-hmm. She had a baby, and she's got a little bit of a pooch belly. I wouldn't even call it that, but so it's really neat for us to share recipes and share food ideas. And when we're struggling with something, to remind each other, you can do this. God's got your back. Mm-hmm. I guess that is the biggest thing for me, is the camaraderie with my daughters.
I love that. I've got 3 daughters, and I totally 100% agree. You know, the different seasons that we go through as moms, and that they live out because they see what we do. Mm-hmm. You know, and they model what we do. So isn't it nice that they're modeling? They're going to model now with what you do.
Exactly, and that is so true, because my youngest daughter, and I won't share all the details, but she came down for supper because my mom made mom's meal, which I don't eat. So she came down because I wanted her to help get rid of some of that food. And she comes to the dining room and she said, Mom, what's this cut up chicken breast for? I said, that's for my lunch for the week. The soup is on the stovetop. 3 different times she came into the dining room with my food, and she says, what is this? What is that? Oh, this looks good. And I had to keep saying, the soup's on the stovetop. And my mom said she could sit right next to you and eat just like you. And when she said that, I thought, because that's what I taught her. And the oldest daughter, she could have sat right next to me and had my donuts and had my pancakes for breakfast too, because that's what I taught her. So that is so true. We are really leaving a legacy. We're leaving something for the younger ones to, the footsteps for them to follow in.
It really is true. I love, love, love what we get to do, because I feel like if we can get the mom, right, and they can change the dynamics of their home, food-wise, exercise-wise, that lifestyle-wise, it will go on for generations, because they really do as we do now what we say. They follow us. We don't even know.
A child.
Yeah, I mean, my girls, they're all adults. My youngest is 31. But you know what? They really do. When you see it now, it's like they do what you do. Mm-hmm. They do how you've modeled them, modeled before them. So love that you girls are learning, even now. They still will. They catch on, even if there's so much grace if we missed it when we were early years, There's so much grace that they see it now, and they're motivated by the changes now. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, Mary, what would you say to the woman who's watching this video? She's watching you. She's listening to you. She's not knowing where to turn. Mm-hmm. Right, but she knows there's something more for her. There's got to be some hope. There's got to be something else for her. Speak to her right now.
I would say if this is not by accident that you're watching this video, or that you got the information about grace and strength, and God is there and wants to be involved, but he's not going to push himself onto anybody. He wants to be invited, and he will use many different things, many different people, many different ways to reach us. And grace and strength covers so many different aspects that we deal with when we deal with food addictions or eating disorders, whatever our issue might be. So through grace and strength, we learn to turn to God. We learn that our strength comes from God. We learn that our time with him is important. We learn that food is just food. It's fuel, but it's not our life. And that's not what we need to turn to. That's not what should be our focus. And I think the biggest thing to point out is, what I didn't always understand is it can become an idol even when you're trying to be healthy. Mm-hmm. And so grace and strength helps reel you back in. If you're going off on a tangent that way, it's just so well-rounded, and there's so much the community, I guess, and love and encouragement amongst everybody. I think that is one of the biggest things, is to know that there's sisters out there that are just like you, going through the same thing, or they've gone through it. They might even be going through struggles that are worse than yours, and you don't even know. Mm-hmm. And you could be helping somebody else. Mm-hmm. That is huge. To not get involved because you think you're not worthy, or you're afraid. Well, just step back, take a little bit of a gut check, and say, who can I help with this? Because that's what it's about anyway. Not just yourself, but others, family, as we had mentioned also.
I love that. Love that. It's so true. We think sometimes it's all about us, and then we say, wow, so many of our clients, just like you, it's like, wow, so many people that you're an inspiration to that you probably don't even know, Mary. Mm-hmm. It's like they're watching you, whether we know it or not. they are.
True.
You know?
Mhm.
Yeah. So one final question, Mary, what would you say to the Mary 5 months ago?
The Mary that said yes, or the Mary that didn't know about grace and strength yet?
Both.
The Mary that didn't know about grace and strength yet, I would say, don't give up. Keep looking. The answer's there. You can do this. You've done this before. And to the Mary that said yes, I would say thank you.
Love that. Love that. Well, congratulations again, Mary. It's been a pleasure. We've had great visits. And this
Yes.
has been forever trying to make happen.
Crazy.
I know. This is so good. But congratulations. You're a Grace and Strength alumni. How fun.
I'm excited about that too, because I'm not just thrown out to the wolves now. I still have that connection.
Absolutely. You'll be in our alumni group. You've got a lifetime membership. Yes, that's the word. And I look forward to seeing you August 8th. Next membership alumni. Okay, we better cut this off. I hope he edits this. Just saying.
It's late, Cindy.
I know. All right, sweet lady. Thank you so much.
Thank you for everything.
Again. All right.